Their philosophies are already in society, but they're operating by accident instead of on purpose.
Right. I mean, sometimes that has to take place. It has to be a generational gap. But I think there has to be a seeds to set in place, because what we see right now is not even working at all. We know that the situation we're in is working according to plan. Is that we're criminalizing black people, and our communities are in dire straits. That plan is working perfectly. So there always has to be a slow, sometimes slow, grinding process. And I think it'll be quicker than that. But if it happens to be a slow, grinding process, whatever slow, grinding process it slowly breaks down those walls of oppression and ignorance and things of that nature.
Okay, Kay, get that next clip ready for us here. Now, you know, our community here in Fort Wayne, for a long time, has been characterized as being complacent, apathetic, indifferent, whatever, all those types of things that mean status quo. Do you think that the African Americans here in this town can be galvanized behind an idea or a concept that perhaps, let me rephrase that. Do you believe that they can be galvanized behind a concept and move forward without seeing certain things done outside?
I think that we can be galvanized. Is this, will we unite upon a common cause to eventually bring about a common objective, you see? Because really, we need to first start out with, we never rise above the condition of our people. If our people are in a certain condition, we never get out of that condition. If you make it in society and you have wealth and you have established wealth, you're rich, but you're a rich nigger. You know, if you make it in the entertainment industry, you can sing and you can dance and you can put a ball through a hoop, but you're a ball playing, singing, dancing nigger. So you really never rise above that condition until you come out of it mentally, you see, and you pull your resources and pull your people up out of that condition. Once our money starts to circulate in our community and we begin to galvanize that level of strength, first we have to build our own institutions. Stop being afraid of wanting to be away from someone else. You know, you don't need acceptance, but acceptance by the Creator. Your acceptance is not constituted by the acceptance of Caucasians in this society. Your acceptance is constituted upon your will to submit to do the will of the one. So if we don't do that, and we constantly fall backwards away from that, then we're falling into the hands of an enemy. Because really and truthfully, that's not our nature to fail to submit to God. It's in us, but that's not a part of our nature. So we have to submit to the one and do the things that the one intends for us to do. And then, of course, we have a galvanizing point that we can move from then, because we have a tenet and a moral system and principles and discipline to operate from. Then you can see success inside of our community. Until then, we're going to be in chaos like we are right now, because we have one that think that they have achieved and they have acceptance by the master. And you know, you want to hang out with the big shot and things of this nature, you know, or the ones who are more affluent in the society. The society might see them as affluent, but the Creator doesn't. That's why he's bringing down this society by leaps and bounds, and they don't want to talk upon those aspects.
Go ahead.
I think when you talk about can there be a movement, yes. To answer your question directly, yes. Fort Wayne's black community has been apathetic, and we know why, being in the region we are and the ethnic makeup of our city. But also, I think one thing was very ironic when I was thinking about the concept where you said that you had more frustration from blacks that have seen the show than whites. And I wouldn't necessarily take that as a negative point, because they're talking about it. The more they talk about it, the more they're going to bring interest to other black people. Now, to me, the whites aren't concerned, because I don't believe, for that very same reason, they believe black people are serious. That's why they're not taking some, oh, yeah, it's another black show. We see that all the time. But we see it in our community, black people are talking about it. And the more negative they feedback, we know in this community, the more negativity they get, the more it's going to respond in the community. There will be responders. For instance, just like Malcolm said, history is best qualified to reward our research. And that's why I like looking back at that. We know that during the Civil Rights Movement, we had a black separation movement where it said, basically, you're not going to come in there in our communities and bully us, okay? That took a more radical approach, but the government didn't see it as a big threat. What it saw as a big threat to their economic survival is when Dr. Martin Luther King said that we need to use your same public accommodations. We need to love you. That was a threat to him. All the things he's been teaching on the plantation, love your enemy, love thyself, and things of that nature, we're showing that, but he's saying one thing, oh, all my assets, I have to share all this? This doesn't make any sense. So Martin Luther King was seen as more of a detriment than somebody who would be in the black separation movement.